Good afternoon. I'm Dave Ambrose, and I'm here to tell you about a fresh new concept for Scrub Daddy. But before we get started, we need to pinpoint exactly what Scrub Daddy is. They're a cleaning tools company based out of New Jersey that is known for its smiling scrubbers, which is the selling Shark Tank product of all time. And then appearance of Shark Tank has made the brand grow huge, and now they have over 20 cleaning paste, duster, soap dispensers, and a little bit about the history. The owner, Aaron Kraus, he owned a buffing pad manufacturing company in 2007 and found that the polymer foam that they used was very good for for cleaning his hands. So he decided to patent that design and tried to sell it. Didn't really go anywhere. His company the next year was bought out by multinational conglomerate 3M, but they didn't want the scrubber. So he just kept them, threw them in a box. And a couple of years later in 2011, he pulled them out and he was just trying to clean with them at his house, and he realized how well they worked. He didn't scratch anything. So he tried some grassroots marketing to try to get them out in the public again, and ended up getting an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer that led to an appearance on Shark Tank, where it really made the company huge. And that led to the products being sold in many big box stores like Walmart, Target, Home Depot. And as of 2022, the company is valued over $250 million. So it's really grown from nothing into a huge company today. What makes Scrub Daddy different than other sponges? Well, first off, that smiling face, it's looking at you every time you're washing the dishes, but it's not just a happy face to look at. It's also each part has its own features. So the eyes make it easier to hold. The mouth makes it easier and quicker to wash spoons or other curved utensils, and the hair gets into hard to reach places. That polymer, as we talked about earlier, it's scratch free, but it also changes its shape depending on the water, either hot or cold. It gets harder or softer. The absorbent material is 6 times more absorbent than a normal sponge material. And it's long lasting. It lasts 3 to 4 weeks as compared to just one for a. So who are we looking for? What audience are we trying to reach with this campaign? So our typical sponge users are normally women between the ages of 35 and 54, married. Just basically your typical housewife. Our target is going to be going towards millennials, men and women between the ages of 25 and 45. They're married, living with a partner, middle-class homeowners. While this does not align with typical users of sponges and cleaning supplies, it does resonate with Sponge Daddy and the marketing as of this part. It's a fun, technologically advanced group, and they would be interested in this type of cleaner. And also, this age range and group with the growing remote jobs is is taking on more of the cleaning roles. So it's one of the fastest growing markets of cleaners. So some other things about this group: very family oriented. It has family has a lot of value. The old saying goes, a clean home is a happy home. So we can use this idea to help reach out to the audience. Since many of them are working remotely, they clean a lot more frequently since they're at home, but they're also very stressed with everything that's going on. So we can show them how easy it is to use Scrub Daddy to clean. Cleaning can be a cathartic experience, just kind of letting everything go, getting everything back to this place, and we want Scrub Daddy to be a part of that. Also more likely to take recommendations from their friends and willing to try new products, and that's something we're going to showcase in our commercial. Some other things the audience likes is they're technologically savvy and have a short attention span, so we need to hook them early with a fun concept that will keep watching, paying attention to our story. Convenience also matters. They really don't want to waste time. They just want to get it done quickly, and we can show them that Scrub Daddy can help them do that. The experience also matters. Experience with cleaning is not always the most fun thing, but having a smiling face in your hand kind of personifies the sponge and the experience, and helps you maybe make a connection during that cleaning experience. As explained earlier, they're very stressed, and they don't want cleaning to add to that. Humorous content, has been shown to be one of the most effective ways to reach this group. So we're going to try and go with that. Our story just can't focus on the features of Scrub Daddy. It needs to be relatable and funny and just kind of build that connection with the audience. So where does Scrub Daddy fit into all of this? We know about the brand, we know about the audience. So where do we go from here? So for all the reasons explained earlier, positioned it already as a more technologically advanced cleaning tool, and it makes cleaning a lot easier with all of its features with the eyes and the mouth and all that. It's a new innovative brand, and the fun, relatable messaging through TikTok. They've been crushing it on TikTok, and it's becoming a well-established brand among the audience that we're going for. And it's the face kind of, I don't know, it just makes it more enjoyable. It's a face that's smiling back at you while you're scrubbing dishes. It's a friend that you clean with. Although it's just a sponge, you kind of build a connection with it while you're using it. So now that leaves us with our concept: Scrub Daddy and Scrub Mommy, a match made in heaven. So our story begins as it's going to be a bachelorette style competition where Scrub Daddy and a cast of other generic sponges are vying for the heart of Scrub Mommy. So they'll have a series of challenges, and as they do challenges, the Scrub Daddy will prove that it's better in all of the different categories and eventually go home with Scrub Mommy. The way we're doing this, it helps personify bringing Scrub Daddy to life and showing its features in a fun and humorous way. Watching that love story between Scrub Daddy and Scrub Mommy unfolding will help create an emotional connection with our audience. Also, dating reality shows are some of the most popular programs among our target audience. And, it's something they talk about with their friends. They'll just kind of get together and watch them as a theme. So we feel that, piggybacking off that and using that to help promote Scrub Daddy will really build a connection with our target. Before we get into the story, we have a few references just to get your mind thinking about how the look and feel of this story. So the M&M characters, just personified like non-human object it's very humorous. Just an example of what we're trying to do with our Scrub Daddy. The Get a Mac commercials, where humorous ads that poke fun at PCs, just comparing the features of Mac. Uses some subtle humor, and we're going to try to do the same thing with our way of showing, using subtle humor to show the differences of how a Scrub Daddy is better than a traditional sponge. And then the Sam Cotton animation, just this simple style, just adds to the humor. It's just simple animation, and the reactions will really just connect with our audience. So now let's get into our story. So we open with a establishing shot with some light, elegant piano music in the background, just kind of setting the scene of our mansion at night. And our voiceover goes, "Tonight on The Bachelorette." We head inside. In the foyer of the mansion, we see the back of Scrub Mommy looking out over all of the contestants, which are a bunch of rider sponges and a Scrub Daddy. And the voiceover says, "Who will impress the lovely Scrub Mommy and ask for her hand in marriage?" After we see all our contestants, we cut right to our competition montage. We have fast-paced competition music in the background, which will go through the remainder of this of our competition. We first start off with our cleaning contest of a table. We see Scrub Daddy and a sponge, two tables side by side. Eventually, we zoom in and we see one of the sponges, and it's scratching the table. And then we go back and we see Scrub Daddy, no scratches. So, Scrub Daddy is better there. Eventually, we cut to a scene of Scrub Mommy kicking a few out. They didn't impress her. She's trying to move on. She's narrowing down her field. So then our next competition is cleaning spoons. We show a spoon being cleaned by a regular sponge, but then we pan over and Scrub Daddy is just going at it quickly, piling up sponges, just huge stack of them next to him. It's Scrub Mommy is impressed because in our next scene, you see her and she's like, oh yeah, all right, I see that, I like that. And after that, we go to the next scene where she's picking out a few more. So now we're down to our final competition. Scrub Daddy's cleaning the mug, using the entire surface area to try and clean this mug, getting all the way to the bottom. And the other sponges are not, they're like, they look at Scrub Daddy doing this and they can't believe, they're like, we can't do this. They're dismayed. They're not, they know they have no shot at this point. We see the other sponge attempting it and he does not do a good job. So throughout this whole montage, we have our montage music playing in the background. It's quick. And then after the final scene with the mug, we head back and we see our final two competitors looking a little nervous. They're wondering what's going on as our elegant piano music from the beginning comes back. And as we're staring at them, then we move over to a close-up of Scrub Mommy. Zooming closer, the music is building, crescendoing and building suspense. Who's she gonna pick? Who's she gonna pick? Record scratch all of a sudden, and she makes a disgusting noise. She smells something. She doesn't know what it is. We cut back to both of the other two competitors, Scrub Daddy and the sponge. Scrub Daddy has the same disgusted look on his face, and he's looking at the other sponge, and you can see that the other sponge is embarrassed. If there's something smells, it's the other sponge. So then we go back out, we see all three of them together. Two eyes, the Scrub Daddy and Scrub Mommy's eyes meet, and you can tell they're in love. While the other sponge just looks dismayed. And as their eyes meet, we have a cheesy love song, probably like Heaven by Bryan Adams, playing in the background as they just, you can tell that they fall in love, they found their match. After that, we go to the logo, and in the background, our voiceover says, Scrub Daddy is scratch-free, odor-resistant, makes all your cleaning dreams come true. While the love song is still playing in the background. And then the final scene, we show Scrub Daddy, Scrub Mommy, and their family of their dog and their kids walking through the park. Just a happy family stroll through the park. They found each other. It is a match made in heaven. We hope this story accomplishes everything that we set out to do. It has humor, showcases what Scrub Daddy can do better than its competitors, and has an emotional side that can help make a connection with our audience. Thank you very much.